Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell y'all something right now. If you ever dealt with a narcissist, bless your heart, you already know that's like trying to argue with a tornado while standing in a thunderstorm. And you forgot your umbrella. Let me tell y'all something about self-worth. When you truly know who you are, what you bring, and what you deserve, you don't chase nobody. You don't beg for love. You don't try to convince folks to treat you right. Nah, you stand tall, keep your crown on straight, and let folks figure out what they lost when you walked away. See, a narcissist feeds off your insecurity. They sniff it out like blood in the water. But the moment you start respecting yourself, oh, they get nervous, real nervous, because now you ain't dancing to their tune. Now you ain't texting back at midnight. You ain't jumping through hoops for crumbs. And you sure ain't sitting around waiting for an apology that ain't ever coming. You know why? Because you ain't built to beg. You built to rise. And then, don't confuse pride with power. I'm not talking about pretending. I'm talking about actually knowing deep down that you are enough, that you ain't hard to love, you were just loving the wrong person, that your peace is worth protecting, and your heart ain't a playground for somebody else's ego. And when you walk in that kind of self-worth, not faking it, but living it, that narcissist, they feel that void. They notice the silence. They see the glow up. And it messes with them because you were their supply. You were their mirror. Now you're your own mirror, and baby, the reflection is beautiful. That's why self-worth, that's the kind of revenge that don't look like revenge. It just looks like freedom. Sometimes the loudest message you can send ain't with your mouth. It's with your silence. See, when you stop talking, stop explaining, stop begging, that silence hits different. Narcissists hate it. You know why? Because they feed off reactions. They live for drama. They want you yelling, crying, texting 5 paragraphs at 2 a.m. Anything that gives them center stage. But the minute you start performing in their circus, the show shuts down. They don't know what to do when you don't respond. That silence, that's power. That's peace. That's you taking your energy back. You ever see somebody argue with themselves? It looks real foolish. But that's exactly what a narcissist looks like when they try to bait you and you give them nothing. No energy, no emotion, just stillness. See, silence is a message that says, you're no longer worth my breath. That's a message louder than any insult you could throw. It tells them you've outgrown the nonsense, the gaslighting, the guilt trips. They want chaos, you give them calm. They want attention, you give them distance. And trust me, they notice. That silence starts to echo. They replay every word they said, wondering why it don't hit the same anymore. It used to break you. Now, you're unbothered. And don't think silence means weakness. Oh, no. It takes strength to keep your mouth closed when your heart's been dragged through the mud. It takes maturity to choose peace over payback. But that choice, that's when the tables turn. That's when the narcissist starts feeling the regret, because nothing's more painful to them than knowing you've moved on without needing to announce it. Silence is not the absence of words. It's the presence of power. Let me make it plain. You don't beat a narcissist by arguing with them. That's what they want. They want you caught in that loop, spinning in circles, defending your worth to somebody who's already decided to ignore it. But let me tell you what really messes a narcissist up. When you stop arguing and start elevating. When you stop wasting your time proving yourself to somebody who ain't qualified to judge you in the first place, and you go level up your life instead. You want revenge? Get your peace back. Get your glow back. Hit the gym, start that business, fix your credit, heal your spirit. Don't post it for likes, just do it for you. Because when you start growing, when your life starts rising and your energy starts shifting, trust me, they feel it. A narcissist can sense when they've lost control. They don't like it when you ain't broken anymore. They don't like it when you smiling and it ain't got nothing to do with them. See, leveling up ain't about being flashy. It's about choosing yourself every single day. It's waking up and deciding not to play small so someone else can feel big. It's understanding that the best argument you can make is a life so full, so purpose-driven, so unapologetically joyful. It silences every insult they ever threw your way. You ain't got to scream your worth, just live it. Build something so solid they can't shake it, so beautiful they regret ever letting it go. While they stuck playing games, you're out here playing chess. While they chasing attention, you're chasing destiny. And that right there, that's how you win. That's how you make them regret everything without saying a single word. Let me tell you something, and I want you to hear me good. You don't beg for respect. Not in this life. Not from anybody. The moment you gotta beg somebody to treat you right, you already gave them too much power. Narcissists, they love when you chase their approval. They love when you keep trying to prove that you're worthy of their bare minimum. But you don't win by begging. You win by walking like you already know what you deserve and refusing to settle for anything less. See, when you truly respect yourself, it shows before you ever say a word. It's in how you walk into a room. It's in the way you protect your time, your energy, your heart. People can feel it when they can't run game on you no more. Narcissists hate that. They hate when you finally stop shrinking, stop apologizing, stop putting them on a pedestal they never earned. You want to make them regret how they treated you? Start commanding the kind of respect you should have had from the jump. Not by force, not with loud words, but by setting boundaries so firm they echo. Respect ain't something you ask for. It's something you embody. It's how you say no without explaining. It's how you stop answering calls from people who only dial your number when they want something. It's how you stop over-explaining yourself to folks committed to misunderstanding you. That shift, that's when the narcissist starts to panic. Because the person they once had wrapped around their finger now walks with dignity. You went from available to untouchable. And when you stop needing their validation, you start getting their attention, and not in the way they like. They don't regret what you said. They regret losing access to someone who finally realized their own worth. Everybody wants payback when they've been hurt. That's real. You want to make them feel what they did to you. You want to teach them a lesson. Show them they messed with the wrong one. But let me tell you something from experience. Karma got a better arm than you ever will. You don't need to plot, scheme, or act out of pain. The moment you try to serve revenge with your own hands, you're doing their job for them. That's what narcissists want. They want to keep you angry, reactive, wrapped up in the same mess they live in. But when you let go and let karma drive, you stay clean. While they crash in their own chaos, karma don't miss. It may not move on your timeline, but trust me, it's always on time. You don't need to hope they get hurt. Life has a funny way of showing people who they really are when the crowd leaves, when the mask slips, when they're alone with nothing but the damage they've done. That's when regret creeps in. That's when the silence gets loud, and all you had to do was move on with grace. The truth is, the best clapback is a calm life, a peaceful one. Narcissists hate peace. They can't stand to see you happy without them. They can't handle the fact that you didn't fall apart. You got better. While they're spinning in circles trying to fill the void, you're out here walking in purpose. You're not bitter. You're blessed. You're not seeking revenge. You're attracting everything you deserve. And the beauty of karma, it doesn't just teach them a lesson. It reminds you that you never had to lower yourself to win. All you had to do was keep walking. Karma takes care of the rest. There comes a time when you got to stop talking, stop explaining, and just walk away. And not with tears in your eyes or anger in your heart, nah. You walk away like a boss. Chin up, shoulders back, steps steady. You walk like you got somewhere better to be. 'Cause you do. Narcissists don't expect that. They expect you to stay stuck, spinning in circles, waiting for an apology that never comes, or chasing closure that ain't never gonna be honest. But when you walk away with peace, with confidence, with finality, it shakes them to their core. See, narcissists thrive on control. They're addicted to that power they feel when you stay available to their chaos. So when you leave, and I mean really leave, emotionally, mentally, physically, that's when the regret starts creeping in. Not because they love you. Let's be real. It's because they lost access to your energy, your loyalty, your light. But by then, it's too late. Walking away isn't weakness. It's wisdom. It says, I know my value and I refuse to keep negotiating it. And don't look back. Don't peek at their social media. Don't check to see if they notice your absence. You already made the biggest statement just by exiting their drama without making a scene. The real flex, peace. The real closure, growth. And the real power is knowing that your future doesn't need their presence to shine. You leveled up and you never turned around. That's how you walk away like a boss.